Yeah, I got one on the wall.
Matt sent me an email too with names and it's right there. Oh yeah. So you should have those images.
So I don't know. Is there somebody that can
There it
start
is. That's
calling around or
so supposedly Malik did a drive-by. Is that the address where you guys ended up after the pursuit?
No, it might be close though, because it was 33 in Gilpin, so I don't know how far the vine is from Gilpin.
Yes, supposedly they think he did this. The victim is Jeremiah Banks, and they think it was Manuel Ibarra, Lozano, and Malik.
Huh.
Did that drive-by over there.
She says they post guns for sale. And when people show up, they rip them. Sometimes they're in their cars, cash, whatever they can get. So that's how they get a lot of their stock.
All right. Cool.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'll follow you. Hello. I'm Detective Boros. I'm going to be joining Detective Such if you're okay with it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You can call me Gary. Remind me of your name, Shylah?
Shylah.
Shylah. Nice to meet you, Shylah.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I'm here, but road's bad.
Yeah, I left as soon as I could, but unfortunately it took me a little while. Just down here.
He's talking to you. I'm gonna try to look up so we're talking about the same thing.
So leaving aside the information that you already gave about like raising kids and stuff, can you just fill me in on your relationship with Malik? How long have you known him?
I'm sorry, and before I forgot to ask you a question about raising kids. Do you think they would call this off with Malik's condition?
Malik wasn't gonna do it with them anyways, so I think
There's a good chance.
that there is a good chance they might. They said they were gonna do it either the day that it snowed or the day after it snowed, because the day after the roads are gonna be icy.
Okay. Alright, sorry.
Oh, no problem. And allow me to just take a moment here. I'm going to log in real quick. Do you need water or anything?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. So do you have a chance to see Malik today?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a child in
Yeah.
common?
We have
One or
two.
well, two?
Yeah.
How old are they?
My oldest son will be 2 in February, and then my second son is 3 months.
Okay. Both are they with your parents right now?
Yeah,
or-
they're with his parents.
His parents. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry, I just have to get this verification code here so I can log in. Alright, we're good. Perfect. The reason I brought the computer is as we go on kind of talking about some things and people, I want to see if maybe we can get like their Facebook profiles up and stuff, because oftentimes, in my experience, people don't necessarily know associates by their real name. Oftentimes it's just, Facebook handle or Snapchat name, so it's easier if I have that handy, and then you can maybe like tell me their Facebook handles or like tell me whose friends they are, so we can kind of go through that rabbit hole.
Alright.
So yeah, how long have you known Malik?
Since I've been like 11 years old.
So how old are you now?
21.
Okay, so you guys have known each other for 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys live together?
Yeah, we've been living together for about 4 years now.
Okay. So since it's basically barely 23, so since like 2018, you would say? Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you guys live at?
We were recently just living with my dad, but we just recently got an apartment on our own. It's on 15th and Nome.
Okay, and where was your dad's place?
On Mississippi and Havana.
Okay, Mississippi and Havana before, but 15th and Nome since about when?
December 6th is when we moved in.
December, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure how much of this information you already told Detective Such, but the reason I wanted to talk to you, you mentioned that you have a feeling that this might be Malik's condition, might be in retaliation to something that happened.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, it very much surprised me too that he was reported to have overdosed because
He never has had a problem.
I'm kind of familiar with his, you know, activities and like some of the trouble that he's been in, but I have never known him to use drugs.
Yeah.
So this was very surprising because, you know, part of the reason that we've all kind of dealt with him, or gang unit has dealt with him, or ATF agent has dealt with him is
It's
because
all
he's...
over his own stupid mistakes.
Well, plus he's kind of very smart about how he does things, and I would very much imagine that because of being as smart as he is, he would know better than, especially having kids now, you know.
Well, he's not the brightest. Like, I think around like Halloween, he had a headache. But Malik does this thing where if anybody irritates him at any point in time, he wants to stop talking. So he'd be like, I have a headache, I don't want to talk right now. So I tried to see, like, maybe he does have a headache, maybe he doesn't. So I took 2 Smarties out of my son's Halloween candy and was like, here, take some Tylenol. And he was on the couch like, my head does feel better. He's not the brightest crank in the box, but when it comes to certain stuff,
Does he smoke weed
tends
at
to
all?
know.
Or
He
even
doesn't
not
like
even
to
that?
smoke weed. I smoke weed, so sometimes I'll be like, hey babe, do you want to smoke this with me? And he might like hit it a couple times, but he goes inside and goes straight to sleep. He said he doesn't like how it makes him feel. He feels paranoid and he feels tired, and since he is a gang member, he can't be tired. And
Right, he kind of likes to be in
he
control
has
of
to
things.
know his surroundings and everything.
How long has he been around the gang life?
A long,
Has it been pretty much ever since you've known him?
yeah.
I see.
It's got worse, because at first he was like, there's gang members and then there's the gang members that nobody knows, but they want to be gang members, and at first that was him, but he made a name for himself eventually.
How did he do that?
He just, I'm not sure, a lot of what everybody says, he shows a lot of loyalty for his friends. So if his friend is like, let's do this, if his friend is getting in a fight, Malik's right there fighting with him. If his friend needs to go beat up his baby mom, Malik's gonna be right there watching his friend beat up his baby mom. If his baby mom is arguing with, if his friend's baby mom is arguing with his friend, don't fight with my bro. He's always sticking up for them. So they know, like, if the gang does something, Malik's gonna support us. And Malik knows, since I support them, they're gonna support me in anything I do.
Who would you say are his closest friends?
His closest friends is Dre, which is okay, and somebody named DeAndre.
DeAndre?
Yeah.
Do you want to show pictures?
Yeah,
As we go?
Yeah, for sure. So Dre goes by LK, you said?
Yeah, it stands for Little Killer. That's Dre.
Okay. Is that
Yeah,
current?
okay.
Do you think that's a pretty young picture? That's what it looks like now?
Yeah, that's what, his hair's a little bit longer, but that's exactly what he looks like.
Okay.
How's Dre spelled?
Jeraye.
And then the other one, you said DeAndre?
Yeah.
What's DeAndre's nickname or Facebook name or Snapchat or anything like that?
I think his name is Block Peter Paco.
Would that be on Facebook, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can grab that. Paco, P-A-C-O?
Yeah. But the O's are crossed out.
Yeah.
And it's double C's in block instead of a CK.
Gotcha.
That's Jonte.
That's John Tate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, okay. So that's not
And
quite
he's been having his daughter inside the house that they've been selling drugs in.
Okay. And there's
John T. Tassian. Okay. And picture that popped up for Paco, who also goes by Block Beater Paco. Does he look familiar at all?
Yeah, his Facebook name is Block Beater Pablo. It doesn't have a profile picture or any pictures at all.
I see. So that's not him though, on
Yeah,
that picture?
no,
Okay.
that's not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's him. They call him Man.
That's no pictures on here. Man.
He kind of has like a box cut and a wide nose, and he's biracial. He's a little bit darker than me, but not much.
That's DeAndre, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Try another route here shortly. So. Sorry, it's just a little slow.
You're fine.
Alright, so we'll try this in a little bit here. Who ended up dropping Malik off? Was it one of these guys, LK or DeAndre?
Honestly, I don't know. I've heard the story has changed multiple different times. At first, LK said he dropped him off at the fire station. Then he said he had a girl drop him off. Then they said they paid a crackhead to drop him off. So the story's changed so many times that I really don't know who dropped him off. And then the hospital said that somebody called and told them, like, he kept asking, they called and was like, hey, we're the ones that dropped him off. We want to check on him. He kept asking us for blues, so we gave them to him. We just want to make sure if he's okay.
What are blues?
I have no clue what blues are actually. But just me knowing Malik, he doesn't do any type of drugs, and he wouldn't willingly ask for any type of medication or pill.
Because of the
And
fact that
then-
he wants to be alert.
That was a completely different story than what I was told. They called the hospital and was like, we dropped him off, we want to check on him. He kept asking for blues, but when I was told, it was, oh, he had a headache and asked for some Tylenol, but I didn't have none, so I gave him 2 Xanax. And then after that story, I called again just to trying to figure out what was going on, because they're like, he has fentanyl in his system, so I called again like, there's no Xanax in his system, it's fentanyl. Then it was, oh, well, actually, I think I seen some girl have some fake lean, and he might have drunk that, and that might have been the fentanyl. Then after that, the story was, maybe somebody gave him a pill and we weren't looking. The story's changed so many times that I was like,
during the day?
they were at that Dallas address.
Oh.
That's what they call the trap house.
Oh.
They leave the door unlocked, and the known people that buy drugs from them just know to walk in and out to come get it.
So they were there most of the day?
Yeah.
What time in the morning did he leave? Does he spend every night with you?
Yeah,
for the
he
most
does.
part? Okay. So what time would you say he left?
He left early in the morning around like 10:30 to pick up his check, and then he came home, and then about like 5 or 6 to drop something off to me and the kids, because he was like, have the kids ate and all. And I was like, I feel like a lot of times I'm mad at him for always leaving. So that day I was like, it's about to be New Year's, let me not text him when are you coming home or anything. So I just didn't want to. So I was just like, okay. And then he always comes home. He never does stay out, and if he does stay out, he lets me know, like, I'm sorry, please don't be mad. But he didn't come home. I'm like, okay, maybe just off the strength of it about to be New Year, maybe he did take a couple shots or do something. But then it got around 12:30, and that's when he gets ready to go to work, because he works from 2 to 8 at Subway. So then I called his friend, like, he told me he was with you, where's he at? He needs to get ready
Which
to go to
Subway
work.
does he work at?
The one on Park Ave. So I called him, like, he said he was with you and he needs to get ready to go to work. Where is he at? And then that's when he was like, I think he overdosed. And I gave him 2 Xanax, but I've heard multiple different stories after that. So I honestly don't know what the true story is.
Have his parents been to see him yet?
Yeah, his mom has.
His mom has?
Yeah.
How's she doing? She holding up okay?
She doesn't really like show emotions really, so if she was not doing okay, we wouldn't really know.
You wouldn't know anyway?
Yeah.
Does she have other kids? Does Malik have siblings?
Yeah, he has an older sister and he has 2 younger brothers.
Are they all local? Are they all
Yeah.
here?
His sister lives in Colorado Springs, but his youngest brothers live out here with his mom.
With his mom? How old are they?
13.
They're both twins?
Yes, they're twins.
Oh wow. Are they into the gang life too?
She tries really hard to keep them away from
Keep them
that.
away?
She doesn't let Malik post pictures of them
Uh,
because she doesn't want anybody knowing like these are
Right.
Malik's brothers. Let's hurt
Because
him.
they're gonna
They don't have
try to jump them in, you
Facebooks.
think?
All the phones that they have, their mom reads and sees every message they get and sends. So she's really
Good
good
about
at
it.
keeping them out of everything.
So there's a few cases that I've been assigned a while back. And I kind of want to just, without asking you too many specific questions, I kind of want to open the door to you to be able to let me know, to see if you know anything, or have you noticed back in like end of September, beginning of October, did you notice Malik with a big wad of cash or coming home with more money than usual, or
No.
you know, did he tell you anything about how, you know, they came across some loot, you know, whether it was money
No,
or guns or anything?
September is when my son was born on the 4th in September.
September 4th?
Yeah. A couple days after he was born, they came to the house and picked him up off of Warren, and he spent about a month in jail until he was out. He was in Adams County.
Was he?
Yeah.
Do you know the exact date that it was released?
I don't know
Is there any way that we could look that up? I can think of.
I'm sorry?
If Malik was in jail in Adams County in September, like his release date, how would we be able to?
I think
Sure.
I have a picture of the date.
Is there, because would courts show that, you think?
Kind of. That's what I was looking
Did you take a picture of the day he was released?
Yeah, I think so.
But it would have been at the end of September, you think?
Yeah, end of September, beginning of October.
Was he rolling around with anybody different other than LK or DeAndre at that
No.
time, by chance?
No, those are the only 2 I've ever seen him with.
Okay. I'm gonna try to see.
Oh, and he hangs out with some Mexican, they call him Bezo. His actual name is
Bezo?
Michael. Yeah, his name is Michael Padilla.
Okay. Does this girl look familiar at all?
That is Jonte Tassian's best friend.
Okay.
Or they used to be best friends, I don't know
Yeah.
if they still are, because he made a post a couple of days ago, like, I need a new best friend, mine is weird.
She did?
No, Jonte did.
Oh, I gotcha. So, I have reason to believe that she was either somehow involved or her phone was somehow involved in something that went down. It was end of September, beginning of October. They were rolling around in a stolen Kia Sportage. Does that ring a bell at all? Like, have you seen them driving around in like a silver SUV at that time?
I haven't.
Okay. What do you know about, so, you say they were best friends, were they like in like an intimate relationship, you think? Were they hooking up, or?
I'm not sure. Just one day I was at Jonte's house and he was like, hey, do you know her? I was like, no, I don't really know her.
Was she there too?
No, she wasn't there. He was
He was
showing me
just
her
showing pictures.
Facebook, like, do you know her? This is my best friend. I'm about to have her come over. I was like, no.
Did she end up coming over?
No, she didn't.
Was this the,
Yeah, that was her Facebook.
okay, that he showed you?
Yeah.
Okay. And John, let's see if I can find him on here.
He has 2 Facebooks. One of them is ONS number 7.
Okay.
And then the other one is his name, which is Jonte Tassian, I believe.
The number 7, is it like the
It's
pound sign 7? or?
NUMBA.
7.
And the O is crossed out. It's, yeah.
Okay. So, let's see.
It's this one right here. But it's spelled just like that. This page there. This is it.
Okay.
But he did just recently get a
And then
new
this
Facebook.
is this the other one?
Yeah, that's his newest one.
And that's the most recent one?
Yeah, that's the one he's been on. He deleted his, well, he didn't really delete his ONS number 7 one. I guess one day he was going home from work. He used to work at the Taco Bell on 16th. And I guess he said the SB boys started shooting at him, so he shot back and lost his phone and didn't remember his Facebook
So you
password.
got kind of locked out of it?
Yeah, so he had to make a new one.
Which one's Malik's most recent one? Does he get the 33 Hella
He
and the
uses
Notalk Gee
both
stuff?
of them. He just
both?
uses both.
Does he have any other ones other than these 2?
No, he just uses those ones.
Okay.
He had another one that was old that like they have this thing called Facebook jail. That if he goes into like Facebook jail, he'll use that one to post his music.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, like if he gets banned.
Yeah,
for, like,
then he'll just
or
use
not
it to
banned, but
post his
suspended for
music,
however long.
yeah.
I see. Gotcha. And is this lady Bennett Ellerby?
That's Jonte and
Jure?
Jere's mom.
Okay. Jonte and Jure, are they
They're
brothers,
siblings,
Blood
Yeah.
siblings?
They have different dads, but they have the same mom.
Yeah, gotcha. Alright. There's one picture I kind of want to show you, see if you know people in it.
Okay.
I just have to find it real quick. Still doing okay? You don't need water or anything? Did you find that picture that you took when you were released?
Yeah, let me go look for it again.
Does anybody know you're here?
October 2nd is when he texted me that he was home.
sorry, it's just terrible format. I gotta find where the images are. There's, it looks like these pictures were taken. So it's this girl Aorion, her phone was downloaded, and it looks like there's some pictures that were taken at like a house party. And Malik is hanging out with a few dudes, and I just wanted to see if you recognize any of them.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a ton of pictures to sift through.
You're fine.
I gotta find where What was? Do you know what his warrant was at the time that he went to jail for about a month?
When he went to jail, there was a case where a friend of his, Dominic Johnson, had got shot and he dropped him off at the hospital. The police just wanted to ask him a couple questions. They told him he wasn't in trouble. They just wanted to know since he was the one that dropped him off. And Malik basically was like, I don't want to talk to you guys, and left.
When did Dominic get shot?
I don't remember.
Are they pretty good friends?
They were pretty good friends. Recently, they haven't talked
I
much.
see. Did they have like a specific falling out, or did it just?
No, they just...
No
They've
specific.
never really been like close friends. He's more close with his brother, but based off the strength that he's friends with his brother, and something had happened to his friend's brother, he was like, I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
But basically they tried to ask him questions and he took off, so they ended up calling my phone like, hey, we need to talk to him, can you tell us to give him a
Is
call?
that Dominic?
Yeah, that's Dominic. So they were like, can you tell him to give us a call? I told him to, if he doesn't reach out to us and give us a call, we're gonna have to issue a warrant. I told him to call them. He said he called them and everything, and then we got back from the hospital and settled down, and we heard a whole bunch of noise, and there was guns everywhere in front of my house telling him to come out. And they were like, he never called us, and I was like, dude.
Could have been avoided, huh?
He really could have been avoided. And then he had a traffic offense in Adams County from a couple years ago. So once I bonded him out on the Denver case, they transferred him to Adams County. There's 33,000 pictures on here. So. When she gets new pictures, it uploads, or?
Yeah, and I think it's also, there's just a bunch of like icons too that get, like Snapchat stuff,
Yeah.
whatever, icons and everything else, so it's just a ton of stuff. But there was a particular photo from my house party that I'm interested in, and I gotta find it, I just didn't have it saved.
Okay.
Here's one of the pictures. Let's see if I can make it bigger. So that's Malik, right?
Yeah.
And then who's that?
They call him Toon Reckless. I guess he's from Cheeky 30s.
Okay, Toon Reckless? Is that his like Facebook handle too, or?
I'm not sure. I know he's in jail right now, but I
Is
don't.
he?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know for what?
No, I don't know for what. I just know it. I always see them
Is it-
post free Toon Reckless, and they made songs and said free him in it. So
Is it for something pretty serious, you think, or is it like?
I'm not sure. They haven't told me anything. I don't really know him like that. So
Okay. Oh yeah, I see Toon Rec right there.
Yeah.
Toon Rec and Notalk. Okay. So he's not one of the close friends though.
no, I've never seen him around.
Okay. And there's one other picture that he's with Toon, but there's like a third guy.
Yeah.
I want to see who the third guy is too. I think it's at that same party, which I don't know if it's like a garage or like a barn.
It looks like a garage from like the back here.
Have you ever been, does that 1973 Dallas address, does it have a garage?
It does have a garage.
Okay, have you ever been in it?
I've never been there. I just know today when I looked it up and I looked on, because when I called the police, they were like, is it an apartment or a house? And I didn't know, so I looked on the picture for Google Maps, like the 360 outside picture, and it was a home.
Okay.
Ever seen that sweatshirt?
No, I haven't.
Sorry, there's just
You're
so
fine.
much stuff. Where does Malik usually get his guns?
I'm not sure.
And then
He never really, right, since he got out of jail for like his murder charge, he's really been like really persistent on not having guns, because he tells everybody if they catch me with the gun, I'm gonna go federal.
see, like I told you, he was smart. So that's Toon.
Yeah.
That's Malik. Who's that dude?
I've never seen him before.
Never seen
I
him?
don't know. That
Doesn't
was-
look familiar. All right.
But yeah, ever since he got out after that murder case or whatever, he hasn't had a gun. Like if he goes around his friends or something, they'll be like, hey, do you want to hold this? But on having his own gun, his friends have even asked, like, you want to buy this gun from me? You want to buy this gun? And he's like, no, the police watch me. If I have any gun, I'm going federal. They're going to take me to the feds. I don't want guns.
He doesn't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
Does Malik wear shoes like that?
He had a pair like that. He had it from Jure. He got them from LK. And I know
Does he no longer have them?
No, he doesn't have those ones anymore. Well, no, he does have them actually, I think. But there's no more. They have like orange on the bottom.
But they look kind of like that though.
Kind of, but they just have orange
Air
on it.
Maxes.
Yeah, they just have orange on it.
Gotcha.
I know his friend Faisal has those shoes.
Faisal?
Yeah, Michael Padilla.
Okay. How do you spell Faisal? Is it F-A-Z-O?
F-A-Z-O.
Gotcha. Okay, there's one more for that for I'm looking for here.
It's an Oldsmobile. It's got a little fish sticker, fish thing there.
No, I've never seen that car.
I'll find that other picture. I want to show you here in just a second. Oh yeah, Chop, that girl Chop. Does she have a Facebook?
I don't know her Facebook actually. I know she does have a Facebook, but I've looked up Chop on Facebook and his friends and nothing pops up, so it might be under something else.
Would she be friends with Jonte or LK?
Yeah, she should be friends with LK.
LK?
Yeah. Cause she also makes music, so I think her and LK were planning on making a song together.
I see.
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another phone with you, or
No, just this one.
do you have Malik's phone, or where's that?
His phone was he has a phone he has a Samsung, that's the only one that works.
Mm-hmm.
And was with Jure, and Jure says he can't find it and doesn't know where it's at.
What's the last time he had it, you think? That Samsung?
He had it a couple of days ago when he was at the house because he was texting me, telling me like, I'm okay, this is where I'm at.
Do you know the phone number?
Yeah,
What was Malik's phone number?
It's 720-468-6974.
That's like a Samsung.
Yeah,
And you think Elvis
yeah,
or supposedly?
yeah. That's Brandon, and that's C-Dot.
C dot.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I know his name. His last names are Tanza Kirby, but I don't know his first name.
I'm sorry.
Tanza Kirby. He has two names,
Tanza.
and then Kirby, but I don't
Oh.
know his first name. I'm trying to remember. But he's the cousin of somebody named G-Dot, who they call that's from Hood Fame.
Okay, but he's C dot.
Yeah, he's C-Dot.
Okay.
So that's, did you ever see a car with a New Mexico plate?
No, I've never seen that car.
Okay. There's a picture of a sweatshirt that I want to show you. I was just gonna find the best one. So it looks, it's a little pixelated, but it says Popeye and all these little spots, and it's got these like Popeye heads, you know, the cartoon character Popeye. Have you ever seen this sweatshirt?
No,
anywhere?
I haven't.
What about that gun? 'Cause I know it's not very distinct, but Does that look like any gun that LK or John Tay would have?
I'm not really I don't know about guns. I know Jonte has a 40 caliber. I don't know what they look like. I know it's chrome on the top, so I'm guessing it would be that one. And right now, LK has he calls it a Glock 23. He says it's a ghost gun and it's gray, so I don't.
Okay.
It doesn't look like that.
And then John Tay's.
It's black, but on the top it's like
the
silver.
whole thing
with
is
the
silver,
gold.
silver slide.
Yeah, but on the bottom it's all black.
Okay. And then that sweatshirt doesn't look familiar to you?
No.
Okay. Let's see who's too reckless.
I know in a song, in one of the songs, Bezos says, Tune Reckless bent that corner, left little Christian in the alley, so I don't know if that has anything to do with why he's in jail or I don't even know who Christian or Tune Reckless is, I just know that in the song, that's what he says.
Is it, whose song is it that they sing that in?
It's Michael Thea's song.
It doesn't have the photo, but I'm assuming that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Okay. How long has he been in jail? Did I already ask you? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure how long he's been in jail. I just know that I've seen posts on Facebook like free
People
tone
saying that
and
he
yeah.
should be freed. I see. So with regards to these Raising Cane's robberies that's supposed to go down tonight, is Chop the one that works there?
Yeah, she's the one that worked there. She had FaceTimed everybody in the group. FaceTime and was like, I guess they were doing some type of donation thing, and somebody donated $5,000 for cancer, and she was like, that on top of the money that we make, you're at least walking away with $7,000-8,000. So she was like, somebody just has to walk my manager to back. She gave every detail. She said there's no code on the safe, it's a key.
How old is Chop?
I don't know. I just
Did
know.
you ever see her, like when they were on the FaceTime, did you see her at all?
No.
Oh, so you're not sure what she looks like?
Yeah. No.
I see.
I just always hear her name.
Who is she closer with, LK or would she be closer with Jonte? Or both?
She calls them her brothers, but they're not actually siblings.
And you never heard them refer to her by any other name other than Chop?
Yeah, I've only heard Chop. I don't know her other name.
And this FaceTime, this was a few days ago, before, obviously, before Malik
Yeah.
was,
At first, Malik was kind of
Struck
like,
up.
so really Malik's on the right track. He's trying to do good. Ever since we moved and stuff, he's been doing good. He is aware that he has a couple of warrants. So he's like, during tax season, I'm going to go turn myself in and pay that off and get it done. He's really trying to stay out of trouble right now. So at first, he was kind of like, I'll be able to turn myself in and be able to bond out. But
Make it
but my grandma had cancer, so I was like, if you have anything to do with this, I'm gonna take both of the kids and we're not gonna talk. And he was like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to go to jail. I've stayed out of jail. He was like, I almost lost my life to jail.
he doesn't wanna lose the kids. When you say he almost lost his life to jail, is that because he
He
assaulted while he was in, or?
Well, no, he just, when he was in jail for that murder case, he counts that as almost losing his life,
'cause he was
because he
facing life.
doesn't know if, he was
Gotcha.
like, I didn't know if I was ever gonna get out again.
Yeah. And that murder case, was that in Denver?
Yes,
or
it was.
Was that the only one?
Yeah.
Or was it one case or one occasion with two victims, or was it just one case with one victim that they suspected him of shooting?
No, one of his friend, he used to be under somebody named BK with it, but he's not under, that used to be like his big homie, and he was
Like his
the little
gang boss?
homie. Yeah. But I guess they had seen BK with his car, and the number, somebody named Mamadou had got shot. And they had picked him up for that, but when they picked him up, he was like off of drugs or something. So in his interview, he just kept saying like, yeah, and I was with this person and we were riding around doing this. So when he mentioned like, yeah, I was with Malik and this happened, so they picked him up and gave him a warrant and picked him up and tried to figure stuff out.
Do you know Mamadou?
No, I don't. I just know like when everything was gone apart, I was talking to his lawyers and stuff, and that name was inside his paperwork for Devin Franklin shooting him.
Devin Franklin.
Yeah, that's BK with it.
And it was his big homie?
Yeah, that was his big one.
BK.
Yeah.
Do you know what he looks like?
With it?
Now I heard that he shaved off his hair and has rat tails in the back of his head. He's currently in DLC right now, but before he had like twist or like nappy-ish hair.
I'm sorry, you said BK.
With it, it's WITTIT, I believe. There's a dead blood named with it, so that's what they based this on.
That's not him, is it?
No, that's not. His name on Facebook is BK with it, but he spells it out BEKAY, I believe. And then he also has another page. I think it was Hella. That was his page. Yeah, that's him.
Okay. Murder Man 712. Okay. But he's in DOC.
Yeah, I know he's expected to get out in like February something, which is why we moved. We're like kind of worried about Malik's safety just because
Yeah, you kind of want to distance yourself from this guy.
Yeah, Malik didn't do anything, but Malik was like, I've been around him. He trains to do stuff without getting caught. He's like, I don't want him to hurt me. So that's why we moved, mainly because he is supposed to get out, I believe, in February of 2023. And he was like, I don't want anything to happen to me.
I'm sorry, what was the other name that came up? We were talking about with it, and then you mentioned,
His second Facebook is Hella.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Going back a ways, can you think of something about, these guys talk a lot. One of their licks that they did that stood out, like they either got a lot of money from or.
I know, like 2 days ago when Malik had originally got into the hospital, John Tay had robbed a girl at gunpoint for $500.
Nowhere.
It was in front of his mom's house at the Rich Tobin address.
With a gun?
Yeah. He was originally supposed to, like I said, he told the girl he was gonna sell her the gun, and
Oh, it's one of those deals?
yeah, so when she came, he was like, give it up.
In front of his mom's house?
Yeah.
Does he know this girl?
Which girl?
The one that he robbed?
I'm not sure. I don't know who the girl
But you're
is or
saying he
anything.
posted his gun for sale,
Yeah,
and then she shows up to buy it,
yeah.
and that's how that went
And
down?
then he was like, give it up.
Okay. Do you know where his mom lives?
Yeah, it's the Rich Tubman address
Oh,
that I
Rich
gave you.
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
How do you know about that?
Malik had came in and told me about it and was like, this, he walked in the house and was like, this nigga Jonte is tripping. And I was like, why? What happened? He was like, he just stained this bitch for $500. And I was like, wow. He's like, yeah, that nigga's tripping. I'm finna stop hanging out with him.
What do they figure they're generally not gonna report this to the police?
Yeah, Jonte said that he believed, like, basically the way they've put it before when I was like, why, like, what are y'all gonna do if somebody calls the police on me? He said they're not gonna call the police because they're not gonna be like, hey, I was trying to buy a gun from this person and they robbed me, because it puts them in trouble too.
Sorry. Yeah.
Anything further on Raising Cane's?
I know if they don't do it today, they're most likely gonna do it tomorrow. They said the day before or the day after, because the day after it's gonna be black ice or black snow or something like
Yeah.
that. And it's slippier, so you guys wouldn't chase them.
They would always do this with like a stolen car.
Mhm.
Do they always get SUVs, or what do they?
They just steal cars.
Whatever they can.
Yeah, I know, yesterday I had seen Jeray Ellerby Hall riding around the hospital because they took Malik for an MRI, so I just went outside to get a break because it was a long, stressful day for me, and he was riding around in a gray Charger.
Great Charger.
Yeah,
This is when you were just at the hospital?
yeah, this was just yesterday.
Is it pretty, the gray, is it like a silver gray?
It's
or is
like
it
a
more
dark
of
gray. It's a dark
Like
gray.
a charcoal gray?
Yeah.
But it's definitely not one of those, you know how some of the newer Chargers have like that flat
No,
gray,
it's
it's
a
like
older
a brighter
Charger.
flat
Yeah,
gray, it's
it's
an
a-
older one?
yeah.
And it's like a charcoal
It's
gray.
kind of darker,
Mhm.
yeah. And then I know about a week ago he had a red Kia. And then before that he had a Kia boxcar, but he said he got rid of it because if you go like a certain speed or something, they shut off.
Is that the same dude? Is that, that's not him, huh?
No,
That's
that's
not
not
the kid,
him.
that's somebody else.
Yeah, that's not him. But that is his page, that's just not him.
Oh, I see, the hell episode.
Yeah,
You've seen that page before?
yeah, I've seen that page before.
And then I guess that's his with it.
Yeah.
That,
His name was like Rhodey or something, he died a long time ago, so they post pictures.
This, the girl Chop, does she have a phone number?
I don't know it, I can ask somebody if they know it. I know I gave it to the officers that brought me here, let me see.
Is that the 719 number?
Yeah, that's her number.
That's her number?
Yeah,
Okay. It's in the notes that was sent to you
okay.
from one of the patrol guys.
You know what it says? Signal, or?
It's right here.
You have any idea what she looks like?
I've never seen her or even heard about her until recently.
Do you know what race she might be, or
No.
how old? Nothing.
No, from like her voice, she sounds like a younger female, but my voice sounds little, so I wouldn't really know.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay.
719-684-4220. Chopper, put your shit back. I'm just looking at the officer's. I'm just looking at the officer's notes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the name. That must
Yeah,
be something
probably.
that they said.
Yeah.
I don't have access to TLO or Clear.
It's not Will Grant, so
Yeah.
like,
What address are Jure and Jonte staying at?
They're mainly at their mom's. I know Jure was just staying with his godmom Angel, but she recently kicked him out yesterday and made him go back with his mom, which is the Richthofen address that I gave you guys.
Okay.
And I do know both of them do have weapons in the house.
At that reach top?
Yeah, they always keep them on their person. Jonte has a 40. I don't know if they said it was a Smith and Wesson or something, but the top is like a silver chrome, and OK has this thing he calls a ghost gun. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
But it's great.
All right. What kind of vehicle do they have over there?
When I seen him yesterday, he was driving a gray Charger.
So that gray Charger that you just told him about?
Yeah, that's the car that I seen him in yesterday.
How did you have that number that you gave?
I was asking, okay, like, hey, what is everything going on? Malik has a phone that's connected. All he keeps his contacts in there, so I just went in there to find his contacts.
I'm not getting anything from Clear. Does that look like 719-684-42202?
yes.
Clear's not coming back with anything.
Does that mean it might be like a app number or something?
Yeah, it's possible that, it's like
Because I've watched like the show
texting number or
Catfish and
something,
stuff,
yeah.
and when they search up
Yeah,
numbers, they be like,
it's
this
possible.
is a texting app.
It is entirely possible. 719. On ZX it shows
Like who the
it's
phone
a
belongs
Verizon
to.
wireless number, but it just says wireless caller. And then try one more thing here. Or you want TLO?
Yeah, no, this is probably not. Could be. Nothing's here wrong with it.
So that Keyshawn Red that
Yeah.
popped up. We have a Keyshawn Reed. Keason or Eed, Keason Reed. Does that mean anything to you at all? That name?
Malik has somebody, a brother named Keyshawn, but it's not spelled like that.
Mm-hmm. Familiar at all?
No, I've never seen that person. But once again, I don't know who John is, so that could possibly be.
Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, without letting LK or Jonte know, would there be anyone that would recognize Chop, or to anyone that would know her that we could reach out to?
Not that I know of.
No. And you know for a fact she works at Raising Cane's?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the one in Aurora?
That's what I guessing it would be, just because LK lives right up the street from it. That's the closest thing to LK's house. And what they were saying was they were just drive the car and drop everybody off and leave it somewhere. So I don't think they would go to a Cane's in a far distance if they were expecting to just drop everybody off and leave the car somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only one in Aurora is...
Right by the
10
mall, or there's
yeah.
one all the way on Hampton, but that's far from where Jure lives, which is basically Colfax and Potomac, so I don't think they would go that far
Yeah, it's
to
like-
make it home.
It's like Parker and Arapaho
Yeah,
is the other one.
yeah.
And then there's one all the way in Green Valley Ranch, up north.
Mhm.
Did they say the manager is male or female?
I think, I don't remember, but if I do remember correctly, I think they said male because they said take him to the back, so I do think the manager's male.
Mm-hmm.
I searched for like cancer fundraiser, Raising Cane's, Colorado.
I know that there's a boy that steals cars for people and sells them to people.
Mm-hmm.
They call him Elrich. His name on Facebook is like EBK Elrich or something like that. He steals cars and sells them to people for $70 or $80.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's his Facebook.
Have you ever seen him?
No, I've never seen, well, I've like seen pictures of him, but I've never seen him in like person or anything.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking at the
I know he has glasses, and that's about all I know.
right there, but
Yeah,
he's
that's,
looking down.
he has glasses.
you know who this is?
Yeah, that's her name is Aaliyah. She's Baby Honcho's girlfriend.
Who's Baby Honcho?
I don't know his actual name is Jeremiah, but I don't know the rest of his name. I guess they were together, and then she.
Is Jeremiah a white guy or black guy?
I don't know. I've never seen him. I've just heard stories with him in it.
I see. Like, what kind of stories?
But I do know he is a juvenile.
Okay.
But I know that from what I've heard was they were together, and then something happened, and she ended up getting shot. So she's currently in a wheelchair, and then broke up with him because
okay.
he left her.
I see. That's why somebody's posting. How do they, this guy, EBK, Aldrich, that sells the cars, how do they get a hold of each other, do you know?
I'm not sure. I just know one day I was out with a friend, and she called him and was like, hey, somebody needs a car. And it was like, okay, I'm going to drop it off at Carla Madison, tell him to send it to my Apple Pay.
Mm-hmm.
But I just heard my friends call him and be like, hey, somebody needs a car, somebody needs a car.
Mm-hmm. There's a Raising Cane's has their own Facebook, but there's no mention of fundraising there either. And you're confident it was Raising Cane's? It wasn't
Yeah.
like any other chicken restaurant?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Raising Cane's.
Do you know who it was for?
I don't know.
Or was it just like
It was
cancer
just, yeah, they
awareness in
just
general,
said,
or like
she said
cancer?
it was like a donation for cancer. And that was all she said. She was just like, you guys can do whatever from it. I just want 2,300 and you guys can have the rest. But they said they were mainly gonna do it in the nighttime because you guys would suspect them to be out all night robbing stuff.
Mhm.
I also know I did just turn 21 and I have a clean record. I don't have anything on my record. Jeray Ellerby Hall has asked me, like, can you purchase a weapon in my name? I've told him multiple times no, but he is persistent on asking me, like, can you give me a weapon in your name? Can you give me a weapon in your name?
It's good on you to stick to your guns and not do it.
Yeah, I just don't want to put myself in the situation to where anybody gets in trouble and
I
I'm
respect your
responsible
decision
for
for
it.
sure. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Don't buy guns.
Because I know that would be like very serious of getting in and giving it to somebody else.
It's called a straw purchase. Yeah, it's a federal offense.
I don't like guns. I don't like them around me. Anytime somebody comes around me with guns, I make sure I'll be like, can you guys please take your bullets out and put them up? I'm really scared of guns.
Yeah, and you don't want your kids getting hold of it without them knowing how to handle guns. You know, obviously when kids are little, they don't understand.
I've heard some guns have safeties, some guns don't have safeties, and I don't.
We've had occasions of kids shooting themselves because they didn't.
Yeah, I've seen news reports of where like they'd accidentally shoot themselves, or I had a friend a couple years ago who shot himself because his brother left his gun out and he was playing with it. Or just like even bullets are tiny, so if my son were to pick it up and swallow it, it could choke. So I just don't like anything to have to do with guns. The sound of gunshots scare me. I always throw up when I hear them, so I just don't like them.
So it's open until 2 a.m. Raising Cane's. Sunday through Thursday, 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. It's Friday. It's 2.
With that phone number?
No, so it comes back with on Clear it comes back with no record. On ZX it says it's a wireless number, and then in TLO we found a subscriber by the name of Keyshawn Red.
That name doesn't ring a bell.
No, I've never heard that name.
The only Raising Cane's here is the Alameda one. The other one is up on Green Valley Ranch, and the third one is down by Parker, and it's way down south. It's open, the location, the Alameda location is open till 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. So, it stays open pretty late. There's a way to get a hold of the business insurer, because we have like either a franchisee number that the tax and licensing office has, so you can go directly to the franchisee.
Okay.
If we need to.
I wonder if Trevor Vaughn has a
I'm sure he does.
cell phone number. I'll go look that up.
Sure.
Let's see.
And then the store might even know who Chop is. If she fairly commonly uses, if she fairly commonly uses that name.
Right.
Like maybe even just answering her phone, so hey, it's his job. So,
And the person's probably not, Matt just came up in D2.
Her name is Naya. She's Amiyasha's best friend. The Amiyasha is from Hood Fame, which is the gang that LK is from. But that's all I know. But her name is Naya. That's what I know her by is Naya.
What's your date of birth?
1603.
That's the same as,
Oh, okay. Well,
that comes back. It doesn't say where she works or anything like that. But that's quite a coincidence.
yeah.
Yeah, that's...
does have a Facebook.
Well,
I'm
do you know what
friends
it
with
is?
her on it. I can't tell you what it is. I think it's Naya Monet or something like that. Yeah, it's Naya Monet. This is it right here.
She's from another country?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, that's right. But I know she doesn't work at Raising
Raising
Cane's.
Cane's?
She works at like Amazon or something. She works at an overnight job. I always see her on Snapchat like doing packages and stuff.
What's her Snapchat?
Her Snapchat name is this is her Snapchat foreign stepper. This is the
Oh, yeah.
Alright. I mean, short of going to Raising Cane's, I don't know what else.
I'm hungry.
Ours. Need some food. Some Raising Cane's.
Yeah. Use the drive-through, but it's always
Right.
She said somebody came in and donated.
they said there was like a cancer charity or something and somebody donated $5,000 to cancer. She said that somebody just needed to take the manager to the back. She explained that there was no code on the safe and that it only had a key instead of code, so there would be no alarm or anything to set off if the code was wrong. And she basically just said, "I'm only 300 and that's it."
Who said that?
Chop.
To the manager?
No, she said that
Oh,
when they were
that would be her
discussing.
cut.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
300
she
would
wants
be her cut.
2,300 out of whatever they got.
And you learned all of this from Malik?
Yeah, they get mad, so I've like seen his messages before where they're like, "Don't tell your baby mom." And he's like, "Of course I'm not telling him," but every time he runs in and tells me, because the situations like this where he thinks people are his friend and then now he's in ICU for fentanyl that he doesn't take drugs.
She thinks it's a male manager, but she's not sure. Thought they said take him into the back.
And they said they've been looking, there's a Kia Sportage in a parking lot somewhere on 16th and Joliet, and that's the car they've been looking to steal to go do it. I guess they said
16th and
Sportages
Joliet?
yeah, Sportages are good in the snow or they're fast or something like that, so. They said there's been one in the parking lot for a couple of days that they've been looking at.
They said color?
No, they just said it was the Sportage.
There was actually, late last night, there was a suspect call for a Kia Sportage with a misuse. I wonder if it was the same area. 'Cause it's been sitting there for a while and officers noticed it. But it took off as the officers tried to see if it was an actual misuse.
Of course.
Alright, anything else you need to go?
Any other big licks that you can think of? Anything that stands out?
No, not that I know of. I know they mainly try to steal from people because they know, like, you were trying to buy weapons from us. If you call the police on me, you're going to jail with me.
What about those stores? I mean, the first thing you think of showing me.
Yeah, that one, that's the one I knew.
7-Eleven.
I followed Denver Police Department, Aurora Police Department, Crime Stoppers, because Malik is not Angel. He's not like, in Denver will be like, there's a shooting here, there's a shooting. So I always make sure, like, hey, if I see that, I'll text him, like, hey, are you okay, are you okay? And not just happen to pop up. And I remembered the hoodie Brandon was wearing that day and everything. So when I seen it, I was like, is this Brandon? And then he texted me back and was like, LOL, yeah, that's him.
Malik's number, one more time, was it the 720-468-6974?
Yeah.
As far as email addresses that he uses, do you know what they are?
I don't.
Do you never email him?
No, I never email him. I just.
You guys just text on like regular network, like cell
Yeah.
network with the phone number?
And usually we don't like text through his phone. He uses his Facebook for mainly
Messenger,
everything, so,
Facebook
yeah.
Messenger. And then, do you ever talk to him on Snapchat or anything?
No, he doesn't use Snapchat.
He doesn't? Okay.
What's the biggest score they've ever got?
I don't know really.
They've ever bragged
The
about
only
something like that?
I've only heard about like small recent ones. I knew about that one with Brandon, and then I didn't hear.
When was that one with Brandon?
I think it was. I don't remember the date. I think on the Crime Stoppers thing it said like.
Oh, the Crime Stopper?
Yeah, that's the one that I showed you, which was Brandon.
Was it soon after the Crime Stopper thing that you and Malik talked about it?
The day that I seen it, I sent it and was like, "Is this him?" And he was like, "Yeah,
That was
that's
back to me.
yeah." It's April 7th, I believe.
Did he make any like major purchases? Any, or not necessarily Malik, but any of those three, LK, Jonte, or Malik, that you can remember like buying something like either like a nice gun or
No, they don't buy their guns. They make it known in their music on Facebook. They steal their guns from people.
Brandon, do you talk to him much?
I don't talk to him much, but we did used to talk to him. Jure Ivory used to be my neighbor
Yeah.
when I lived at my dad's house, so he was always hanging around Jure and his brother Nairi. So we used to like cross paths, and I seen him a lot then. But a couple months back, they left the oven on inside their house, and they had a fire, so they moved out, and I haven't really seen or talked to any of them since then. I've seen Jure a couple times, but Nairi and Brandon I haven't
Did
seen.
Brandon tell you stories about any of these? Like,
No, when I seen him, I tried to like make a joke after it happened, like I seen you on Crime Stoppers, and he was just like, "You can't even tell it's me." But I just tried to make a joke out of it, like I seen you, and he was like,
you mentioned that Malik went to pick up his check. What check does he pick up?
from his
Subway?
job. Yeah, he works at Subway. He gets paid every Friday. He went to cash his check.
Once a
and
week?
then- Yeah.
All right, I can't think of anything else. What's a good phone number for you?
303-886-5602.
Yeah, do you have any questions to us at all?
Like, so as far as like the trap house and everything goes, how is that gonna work? Cause I just don't know, like when, if or Malik gets up, I don't want that to still be an ongoing thing. That he wakes up and sees their post, like they've been tagging him in posts, like we miss you, bro. And I don't think he's gonna remember what happened. He's been asleep for about 48 hours, so I don't want him to wake up and think that they're his friends and him go right back in that situation and it end up being a raid or something and he's there. And
I think just do your best to keep him out of there, you know.
Okay.
Obviously, his number one priority is now you and the kids.
yeah.
So just appeal to him, make sure, hey, I don't think it's a good idea for you to go back there. I don't want you going back there.
Well, he tries not to tell me when he's doing stuff like that. Like
I
he'll
know,
tell me
but-
like I'm going to the trap, but I'm not doing nothing, babe. I'm just with LK, but
And just,
yeah.
appeal to him as much as you can. I understand that there's certain things he keeps from you, and you don't have control over that, but he obviously cares about you and the kids, so just, try to talk some sense into him if you can,
Okay.
alright?
And just so you know, nothing you said to us, are we gonna ever say to LK or somebody that you told us this, you told us that, okay?
Right.
That's not the way we do this, and we wouldn't get very far if we did, okay?
Okay.
The trap house, I don't think we would even deal with that. We'll probably pass that information on to, we have people that work drugs and all that, so we probably pass that on to them. So there's no like connection to you sitting here today. The only way people find out that you're sitting here telling us is if you tell them.
If you tell
And
him,
then I've been trying to like somewhat be cool and cordial with LK just because he does know what hospital Malik's at, and I don't want him like to be like, oh, I'm not friends with you, you did this to my boyfriend, so that he's waiting for Malik to get better and get out the hospital or something. So if LK were to tell me like information, like we're doing this at this time, or if I learn any information, would I just call you guys and tell you?
Yeah, you can always text me too. Let me give you my number.
Okay.
So,
I don't know if you want, I mean,
Yeah, I
you
have the
can
card,
take my
but-
card, but I don't know if that's something you wanna really hold on to.
yeah, you could just take down this number, and then you don't have to save it as, police or anything, just, save it as something that you can
The
remember.
bottom one,
Yeah, the 720-990,
is that 2-3 or?
yeah, 0723. And this is a, work cell phone, so, just, yeah, there you go. Just save it as something, and then, if you think that you have information that we can use, you can always just text or call if you don't wanna cancel the text. And I don't answer it on the weekends, but, if it's during the week, we should be, or you can always just leave a message too.
Okay.
That's fine. And then I can call you back as best as I'll try to call you back as best I can.
I also know, about, it was November 20th, Jure had stole a gun from a female.
Mhm.
So that's all I know. But he
But that's
then
not the-
traded that gun for the gun that he has
And then the other robbery from a female, that was Jonte.
now. Yeah, that was 2 days ago.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they mainly try to get is females, because they,
Easy target.
yeah.
So you said November 30th was the
It was November 20th,
20th?
yeah.
Yeah, it was true, right?
Yeah, it was Jure.
Was that another setup, Facebook setup?
Yeah, I was. And I was also outside of their mom's house. Their mom is sick, she just got done dealing with stage 3 cancer, so she's oblivious to anything her kids do, cause they'll tell her like, Mom, I didn't do that. Me being a mom, if my kids are like, Mom, I didn't do that, I'm gonna be like, they didn't do it, they told me they didn't do it. So I see where she's coming from when they're like, Mom, I didn't do that. Then she's gonna obviously believe that kid didn't do that.
I'm good.
Yeah. Any questions for us?
How you getting home?
I just have to go back to the hospital. The police told me to tell them when I was done so that they could take me back.
Okay. Is there someone waiting for her, or do we need to call patrol?
No, probably need to call somebody to help to transport you back over to the hospital. Is that where you're wanting to go?
Yeah.
Is back over there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me see if I can work on that.
Cool. Well, thanks for your information, appreciate it. I hope it gets better soon.
For the warrants that he does have, I know he has one out of Aurora. Is there a way that I could just go and pay those off, or does he have to?
He's
do
gonna have to
jail time?
appear, yeah. No, not jail time necessarily, but what does happen with these warrants is, he has to appear in front of a judge.
Okay.
And then generally what, whatever the judge decides is what ends up, so it's not a conviction, he just has to, the
He just
warrant
has
is
to-
basically that he has to appear in court, so oftentimes what does happen, the only way for them to make sure that he does appear in court is he gets arrested on those warrants, and then the
I know
following
when he
day
does
or.
get arrested, he's had this Aurora municipal warrant for a long time. He's been arrested multiple times since they got it, but Aurora municipal never comes to get him. They always say just wait 48 hours if we don't come get him, let him go.
Yeah,
So would we
generally
just go
those-
to the municipal courthouse to
Yeah, he can do
handle
that.
that?
He
Or-
could do that during the week, during like regular court hours, just, show up. Those municipal warrants are not a huge deal.
Okay.
So that's probably why they were like, wait 48 hours.
Yeah, every time they just wait 48 hours.
That's generally why he doesn't, because it's probably not something very serious, not like his Denver murder case, So whenever he gets around to being able to, just during the week, during court hours, just show up and ask court clerk and they'll explain to him exactly what he needs to do.
Marker just pulled up at the back door right now and said he'd take her now.
Sounds good. Just gonna leave this over here. I'll walk you down. Take a left right here. Thank you. And then we're just gonna go all the way down. Sir, how are you? Good. Thanks for help.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep.
And favor to ask of you.
Okay.
Officer Walsh just texted me and asked if you'd be willing to read this up on the Team 9Q.
Yes.
To make sure it meets the expectations for whatever conversation we have.
Sounds good.
I'm Sergeant Marker. I'm going to give you a ride back over to the hospital. Okay? So I'll let you sit up in the front seat. I got the heat cranked up for you. Sound good?
Yeah.
You guys, anything else for me?
That's it.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. We'll
You
see you
bet.
later.
Thank you.
Contact over.